Hi, this is Leslie, Santa Fe Vision Salon here in Selma, Texas. So today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on my makeup application. I'm going to try to be quick, let me say that. So I'm going to start off using the Smashbox Foundation Primer. See here, okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and spray it on my face. And I'm also going to start using the Bobbi Brown foundation palette. I don't know if this lighting in here is really good or not. But I'm located in Salon Gallery Suites, 15,069 Selma, Texas. Excuse me, 15,069 Interstate 35, Suite 212. I am in room 39. Again, that's Selma, Texas, 78154. So you always want to apply your foundation in a downward motion. Pretty challenging trying to apply my makeup in something on the camera as opposed to being directly in front of a mirror. Okay, so now I'm going to go forward to the actual concealer, and I have different ones that I like to use, but quickly I like to use the HD Pro concealer. I'm sure everyone is familiar with that one. It's by LA Girl. So I'm just going to apply it with this sponge here and just dab under my eye there. I'm gonna do the same there. It's supposed to look up, but again, you run through many challenges trying to video and apply makeup at the same time. Okay, so I haven't blended that in yet. Now I do want to start on my brows. But I'm gonna go ahead and use this MAC. I think this is 180, 168 brush, but I'm gonna blend upward like that. Okay, so again, I'm going to start on my brows, and I like to use the Anastasia, the Dip Brow Pomade, so I'm going to use the chocolate. And so one little tip that I did learn, I am just going to spray my brush with the same primer that I use for my face, and then dip it into the brow. Now, of course, if you're working on actual clients, you also want to go ahead and just take a spatula and actually scoop the amount of dip brow onto your, at least you can do it onto your wrist area here, and then just kind of work from there instead of just spraying into the actual dip brow container itself, for safety purposes and sanitation mainly. So I am going to also use the art stencil that Anastasia retails. Now, it does provide you with the guidelines to perform the perfect art situation. So you do have your mid-eye, and see you have one, and here's two where the wing of the brow should be, and that's where your actual arch should be. So, hold on just a minute. Okay. So, if you're heavy-handed, start at the tail end of the brow, because you can never go wrong with applying the actual dip brow or the product at the end if you're really heavy-handed. I'm just gonna get the tail and just kind of drag it out a little bit further. And you can also just go in with the actual pencil and then make it a little more sharp if you want. So I like to use this because sometimes when you're just having a hard time creating the type of eyebrow shape, these really do come in handy. And as you can see, the beginning of the arch is rounded. I hate to see like the square the square brow, or like the, I guess like part of like a triangle or whatnot, but yeah. And a good thing about this the pomade is very buildable. So unlike, you know, pencils or whatnot, you can kind of overdo it right away. Okay, so again, I'm not going to apply that much. I love like a soft, natural look when I apply makeup. And so I'm going to go in. Now, one thing I do love about the MAC quads is that this concealer palette, to me, it works the best when you're actually contouring your brows. Now, they do have other shades available, but to me, these quads work really, really well with defining the brow. So being careful, I'm going to use the same angle brush. Usually I won't do anything like that for fear of getting the product on the same brow product when I'm trying to highlight the brows. And then I'm just going to stroke inward and down to kind of not have that too highlighted brow look. And honestly, I very seldomly put concealer on the top of the brow, again, because I don't want to have that boxed eyebrow look, so to speak. You know, and usually sometimes when you do have that boxed eyebrow look, it's only because it's not blended well, or you know, the actual concealer is not, is either too light for the skin area. And again, I usually use it when I need to clean up, you know, if I've over highlighted or over applied brow pencil or powder to a certain area. So again, I'm still gonna go over my makeup again and go ahead and kind of blend everything to make sure everything is blended. Now, as far as I'm gonna use Anastasia's brow gel. Upside down, sorry. So I love that. And it really does set the brows. Now, I'm gonna brush upward and then kind of over. Again, up and then over. And now I found that you can actually use not so much that one, not the gel, but even if you just take your brush, if you apply too much product, you can always kind of shade it just a little bit. Don't do it too rough or too hard, because it can just mess up the actual archwork that you've done. So just very lightly doing that. So I'm going to use for the eye. Now this is a big jumbo pencil that I got from one of the beauty supply stores. So I'm going to actually apply that on my lid, but first I do want to prime my lid as well. So, and you can, there are plenty of different products to use. I do like to use MAC's, let me see if I can actually grab it. MAC's concealer. So I think it works so good. They're pots. Mine is old, so they're painterly pot. So again, taking your brush, and you can just go ahead and just spray the primer on your brush. Some people like to use the actual, you can use this, or you can actually use the other, like Urban Decay primer for your eyes. But I tend to think that this one actually lasts pretty long too. All right, and this is usually, I like to do this, like I say, for a quick little look. And this is a jumbo crayon, so I mean, it is definitely going to apply the coverage pretty easily. But what I want to do is just take and apply there. So the only thing that with the crayons, you do have to be careful, because as you can see, it's easy to, you know, transfer to another area, like your brow bone or the crease. And so how I solve that is by actually going in with your actual powder. So I love to use the Urban Decay Electric palette, which is my favorite palette. So I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to use their Gonzo, and I'm just going to apply like that. And you're using a patting motion there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with their Chaos, which is my favorite color too in that palette, and I'm just gonna go over what I used on the crayon. It's always good to do like a patting motion, because that way you kind of, you know, have less fallout. So with that same brush, I'm still going to go in and I'm just going to shade and blend. Okay. Now we're just going to apply the lashes. So I'm going to go ahead So we're going to let the glue sit, the adhesive sit for a few seconds there. And you always want to allow the glue to become very tacky. So let me go ahead and apply. While I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my blush in here. I like to use MAC. This one is the Peaches, which I think is like the best blush. It always provides a natural look. Okay, so again, while I'm waiting on this, on the glue from the lashes to kind of set, I'm going to go ahead with my other palette here, and I'll show you just a minute. This is the Total Pro from Patricia Bastian's collection. I love it. This is, like I say, the powder palette, the contour palette. It's actually a wet and dry foundation palette, but I love it simply because you can contour with this palette. Like, really awesome. So, let's see here. So I'm just doing it in a little circular motion there. And it doesn't take much for this this palette here. So, which I have to remind myself because so again, I'm going to have to go over that and really blend that in. Okay, so the adhesive for the lashes should be good and tacky. Now, I may have to turn away from you for a little bit because I do need to actually see what I'm doing. Now, before I do that, let me just tell you, I like to apply my lashes underneath my lid, so that's why I need to actually be in the mirror when I'm doing this. So when you see the difference of it, I mean, it's gonna actually look like my actual lash growing from my lashes. So give me one moment. Okay, guys, so I got one lash on, as you can see. And again, you have to be very careful if you're doing it on other clients. Be mindful if they have allergies or anything like that, and do not attach it too close to the actual eye tissue under there. So done here. So now, as far as my lip, I'm going to use, I love the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland. This is the Alice Sheer Lipstick. Very great coverage. So I'm actually going to mix that with also, this is I think NYX Pink Sugar. I can barely see that. But yes, this was more of a matte lipstick. And this other one here, is more, the Alice in Wonderland is more of a creamy. So I'll do this here. You see it's very, it doesn't take much of that one. So it actually, it may overpower the other one, which probably is. Now, one thing that you can do with your pout, you can just go ahead and use foundation to define it. I don't think I really need to define my lip area as much, but you can put a little bit of foundation there. Again, I don't think I need to do that, so I'm going to blend that in really well. All right, so that was it. Now what I could do is just go ahead and apply the powder foundation to kind of set the cream foundation here. And of course, being careful not to kind of undo other work there. All right. So that's it. Thank you guys. I hope you've enjoyed my tutorial, and hopefully you'll see more from me soon. Now, one thing I did forget, which really could define the look here, and that's just for me being out of my comfort zone because I really don't wear a lot of makeup. But what I could add to really define my eye is the actual eyeliner. So let's rewind. So again, this is also from Patricia Bastian's collection, and this cream eyeliner is thebomb.com. So I am just gonna apply it like so, kind of, so my eye doesn't tear up. And it doesn't take much product, so that's what the thing that I love about her line there. Tickled my eyes there for a minute. And whew, let me see. Okay, so it does not take much of that liquid or cream liner to provide a very, very good effect. So as you can see there, now my brows could be defined a little bit more. So again, now I do love what I just started out using was Benefit's new pencil. It is, my gosh, amazing. It is so amazing. So I do love to use that one too. But again, here's my look. And this is again just a very quick natural look, or not natural, excuse me, just a little cute little look here. So it looks natural. So I'll take some other pictures so you can kind of see later. Thank you again, Leslie, on Instagram as Got Hair and Glam. Again, here in Selma, Texas, which is also a suburb of San Antonio, Texas. Thank you. Bye-bye.